I will teach you today operators, Python programming language. Myself Konkon Jana. I will going to present part 3 of module 1. Already I have discussed about variables and data types in detail, how to write down the syntax, all these things, types of data. Here another type of data we know, this is the complex number. Now we'll go for the next lecture, that is part 3 of our module 1. ASCII conversion. In computer we maintain a ASCII character code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. This is the ASCII table. How we'll find? Every ASCII character, every ASCII character have a value. Every ASCII character have a value. What does it mean? Suppose A is a character, so what will be the value of it? 6, 5, that is 65, and the character is, A, value 65 and the character is A, capital A, not small a. Here is a small a. 9 and 7, 97, 97. Okay, so each and every character have ASCII value. In Python there are two function for conversion. This is the conversion function. What is this? This is the conversion function. Conversion function. ORD is the conversion function. What will be done using ORD? ORD will produce the equivalent value of the character, ASCII character, that is 65. Okay. How it will proceed? This is the function ORD. Now I write down this one. Okay, now what will be the value? That is 65. ASCII value is 65. So ORD function is used to find out the ASCII value of this character. Okay. Now next, what is the purpose of CHR conversion function? What will be done through it? Equivalent ASCII value if provided, then that will be converted to the ASCII character. So what is the equivalent character of 65 values in ASCII table? That is A. That means that will provide or pass a value, numeric value, and will generate a ASCII character. Now test it in my programming code. CHR is the function. So what will be the passing value? 65. Passing value means the value that you are passing within this bracket. I will discuss about the passing value. In technically in language it will be termed as arguments, passing arguments. Okay, so equivalent value is a. So it's about the type conversion function of Python. So next we will start today's topics, operators, and all of course you must remind or need to mind this one. Okay, now these all are the operators available in Python. Arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, bitwise operators, logical operators, membership operators, identity operators. These all are the operators that can be used in Python. Now just tell me what you know about the operators. Suppose 2 plus 3. It's an expression. This is an expression. Now here 2, 3 are operands. And 2, 3 operated on the operator plus. Okay, this is the operator. How many operands are there? How many operands? How many operands are there? 2 and 3. 2 and 3, that is 2 operands. So plus will be called binary operators. Okay, as because there are two operands. Okay, whether the operator is binary or unary, it depends on the number of operands. It depends on number of operands. Now we will start with the arithmetic operator. Arithmetic expression comprises operands and operators. Arithmetic operator means arithmetical calculation 2 plus 3. 2 exponent 3. You know about this operator plus, but you do not know about this operator. But you know, you can assume what is the value actually. If 2 exponent 3, 8, so what is the purpose of it? You can imagine this is the exponent, that is 2 to the power 3. Okay, these all are the arithmetic operator. Now there are some precedence. Precedence means which can be operated first. If there is an expression, suppose I plus 2 plus minus 3 multiple 5 division 6. So this is an arithmetical expression which will be operated first. That means which operation will take first, plus or star or division, which one? So basically there is a precedence rule, also it is applicable in Python language operating system. What is the precedence rule? First, in arithmetical expression, exponent, this is the exponent, have the highest precedence. Multiplication have the next precedence, second highest precedence. Division, modulo. Okay. Now the division operator will produce you the exact value. What actually I like to say you? Suppose if you divide 5 by 2, then what will be the quotient? If you divide 5 by 2, then what will be the value? Quotient value. What will be the quotient value? You know, 2 will be the quotient value. For integer division, for what? Now for integer division, that will produce a remainder. That will produce a remainder 1. But here it will be divide exactly. The outputted value will be 2.5. 2.5. So it's not an integer division, that is equals to 2.5. But but for C language, that means if you are using C++ language, if you write it, then what will be the value? Equals to, that will be 2. That means only the remainder value, only the quotient value will be generated. Only the quotient value will be generated. And here remainder will be 1. Now another symbol that is percentage symbol, but here it will be used as modulo operator. It is called modular. Okay, what is the purpose of it? It will give you the remainder. If you divide 5 by 2, 2.5 will be produced, but in some cases remainder is required. Suppose you like to test whether a number is odd or even, then a remainder is required. Now if you like to test whether a number is prime or not, then a remainder is required. That means according to complete divisibility rules, remainder is required. So in some cases remainder is required. Okay, now if you write 5 modulo, we will not spell out it as percentage, we will spell out it as, technically in Python language, 5 modulo 2 equals to what? What will be the value? 5 modulo 2? 1. Correct. 1. Your answer is 1. Okay. So this is the modulo operator. Now try it first. 5 modulo 2. This is 1. Now the next operator have the precedence is plus, and the operator subtraction have least precedence. In an arithmetic expression, generally the rule of bracket of division, multiplication, addition and subtraction follows, or we can abbreviate it BODMAS. Also it will be followed in this language, in this Python programming language. Now we will go for the next operator, which is comparison operator. Like any other language, Python also supports comparison operators. This is about the comparison operators. Supports comparison operators. Comparison operator means it will compare. Okay. So if you compare, then what will be the output? Either it is true or false. Okay. So comparison operator always produce true or false. Okay. This is about comparison operator. It will produce a true or false. First, this is checking equals. That means whether this is equal to this, 1 is equal to 1. Is it true or false? So something like this expression, whether this expression is equal to this or not. But if you use equals to, then what will be happen? Now just tell me, what is this operator? What is this operator? This is your option. Assignment operator. This is assignment operator. Or checking equality operator. Which option you will choose? About equals to. This is assignment operator. Already I have told you. So your answer will be A. So your option will be A. This is assignment operator. Okay. So we will learn about the, here we will learn about the checking equals. This is the checking equality. Checking equality. Now test it in code. 3 equals to just I am giving example. X equals to suppose 3. So 3 is assigned to the variable x and y equals to 4. Okay. Now test x equals to y. This is not true. So it will produce the value, Boolean value, false. Next is less than. Return true if the left hand side operand is less than the right hand side operand. This is the less than operator. Now check it. X less than y. Okay, this is true. 3 is less than 4. Correct. Next one is greater than. Similarly, we can operate this symbol. Next one is less than equals to. either less than or equals to. If it is less than, the value will be true, or if it is equals to, the value will be true. Either one. If either one is true. X less than equals to y. Yes. So it is true. X less than equals to y. Next, greater than equals to. Similar to less than equals to. Next one is this operator. This is not equals to. Return true if the left hand side operand is not equal to the right hand side operand. Left hand side operand, that means if X not equals to Y, it is true. X equals to 3, Y equals to 4. So this expression is true. X not equals to Y. Okay. So this is not equals to. And another one is not. Returns true if the left hand side operand is not equal to the right hand side operand also. But in some cases it can be used. I will discuss it later. Now I have a questions for all of you. Just I am giving an expression A, and this is less than B, and this is less than equals to C. What does it mean? What does it mean? Can you write it in an equivalent expression, or it may be a combination of some expression? Okay, right. So basically the expression can be expressed as A less than B and B less than equals to C. This is the equivalent expression. This is the equivalent expression of it. A less than B and B less than C. A less than B and B less than C. That will be checked. Next it will be checked. Okay. So it's is about your a very small brain drain. Now go for the assignment operators. Already you know about the assignment operator equals. You know about that. X equals to y. That means y is assigned to x. Y is assigned to x. Plus equals to. This is also assignment operator, and if you write x plus equals to y, then what does it mean? Then what does it mean actually? Now x equals to x plus y. X equals to x plus y. Similarly, now just write it minus equals to. If you write this expression, then what will be the value? And can be expressed it as x equals to x minus y. Similarly, star equals to x star equals to, if you write it, then it will be x equals to x star y. Division equals to also can be written in this way. Exponent equals to also can be written in this way. If you write x exponent equals to y, that means if you are writing x equals to x exponent y. So what does it mean actually? After evaluating this value, that means this expression will be evaluated first. After that, the value will be inserted or assigned to variable x. Clear? Now, how it will work actually? Just have a quote. X equals to, suppose 2, y equals to 3. Now you like to print x. The value is 2. Now write down the expression equals to y equals to y. Now what will be the value? Print x 8. So this is for your hand-on workshop about Python. You have learned it. Now I will go for the next operator, that is bitwise operator. Python supports bitwise operations. You might have come across and or complementary operator. Bitwise operator means the operations or operator will be operated on the bits. Bit will be manipulated. Sometime, suppose 1 1 0 1 0 1 0, this is a bit. If you shift this bit onto the left side, 1 bit position. How bit position? 1 bit position. So what will be the value? 0 0 1 0 1 0 0. It is shifted. Okay, and the code, bit code is 6. Assume it. Okay, this is the way how the bit will be shifted. If you add one bit to another bit, then what will be happen? To operate or to make operations for bitwise in Python, some operators are available. This is the pipe. This is actually bitwise or operation. This is bitwise or operation. This is the actual symbol used for bitwise or operation. This is for bitwise and operation. This one is for bitwise XOR operation. That means this operator will behave like OR, 1 or 0. 1 or 0. What will be the outputted value? What will be the outputted value? You may test it. 1. So 1 bit, 0 bit. Okay. And if you write, what will be the for AND operation? 0. So this is the bitwise operation, and also it will be used for XOR. This is the symbol. Next one is complement. Next one is complement. Bitwise complement. Perform binary ones complement. This is for ones complement. This is for ones complement operation. Okay. Next, this is very important. Left shift. Left shift operator. This is left shift bitwise operator. The left hand side operand. The left hand side operand bit is moved left by the number specified on the right hand side. Okay. Similarly, this is right shift bitwise operator. In similar way, the left hand side operand bit is moved right by the number specified on the right hand side. Okay. So this is about bitwise operator. So for this part 3, we have learned about the arithmetic operators, comparison operators, assignment operators, and bitwise operator. And for the next part, I will teach the rest of the operator. Thank you.